Hello, this is Kate, the Daily Tarot Girl, and welcome to your weekly tarot card reading. For this week's reading, I am using one of my favorite decks. It's the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. Okay, so I'm going to draw 3 cards, and my intention, as always, is to get an overview of the week ahead and the energies, the opportunities, challenges, all that good stuff. All right, so before I get into the reading, I just want to give a little reminder that my new tarot course, it's called Tarot Reading for Rebels. This is the last opportunity to purchase this course. It's going to be going away on September 21st. I might bring it back at some point, but it will be at a higher price. So right now it's $37. It's a go at your own pace course. There's lots of content, lots of videos, worksheets. It's a lot of fun. So I'm going to put the link to get that course just below this video if you're interested. Okay, so let's begin the reading. So first card, I can already tell we have a little bit of glare, so I'm just going to see if I can... There we go. Okay. It's at a weird angle, but at least there's not a bunch of glare. Okay, so we have the sun. Woo! We have the sun for the beginning of the week. Now, the sun is such a powerful card. It's the most positive, radiant, warm card in the tarot deck. And I'm always happy when this card comes up in a reading. It has such intense positive energy. And even just, it's like a very energetic card. Like there's just a lot of energy with the sun, like the sun itself. So that's what we have for the beginning of the week. So a few things that I want to say about this card. The sun is about openness, and you need to be open to receive at the beginning of the week. If you look at the woman on the card, she's standing, she's got her face turned up to the sun, her arms are outstretched, she has this really open posture. And this is about being open to the energies and opportunities that are available to you, having an open heart and this openness. One thing that helps with that openness is being kind of playful, almost childlike, being playful and letting go of expectation, and yeah, just allowing yourself to not take things so seriously. That's the other message of the sun, is dropping some of the seriousness, dropping some of the agendas or plans or any kind of like idea of like, you know, this is how things are supposed to be, or I'm supposed to be a certain way, or things shouldn't be like this, they should be like that, or whatever. The sun is about dropping that and just being open to what is. There's a real sense of being in the present moment with this card. And whenever the sun shows up in a reading, it's kind of saying like things are going to work out. There's good things available, but you have to be open to receive those things and open to seeing them and spotting them. So, okay. One more thing I want to say about the sun is that it's a very extroverted card. And so what that tells me is that this week is a good week for leaning into your more extroverted side. This might be a week of going out there and doing things and maybe being more social than normal, getting out there, trying new things. Like there is this real radiant energy to this card. And I also get the message that when you go places, when you take yourself out of your usual living space or working space or routine, and you go out into the world and you go to different places and you interact with different people, you take your presence with you, and your presence is like its own sun. So think of everyone being like, they have their own sun-like energy within themselves. And when you go out and interact with others, you're radiating that sun outward. You're radiating your own essence outward. And as you do this, and you're interacting with people, you change people, you change the environment, and people change you. People change their environment that they're in. And there's something really special that happens with that. So don't just stay inside this week. It's going to be really important to get out there and share yourself with the world, share yourself with others. Okay, Six of Wands is the card for the middle of the week. Actually, I'm just going to zoom in a little here. All right. So interesting, we have the same body language with the Six of Wands. So we have the symbol of the sphere of the sun, and here we have this circle of the wreath. We have fiery energy in both cards, and then the woman in both cards is standing in the exact same way. She has her arms up and outstretched. So again, and she's got lights shining down on her, just like the sun. So these two cards are so similar. I've never noticed that before in this deck. Super, super similar imagery and symbolism. So with the Six of Wands, this theme of the sun is carried through. Now, the Six of Wands is all about, I call it a success card, because it is about being successful and winning or achieving something. But it's also about connecting with others. So I think of it as like using your particular gifts, your abilities, your skills, your goals, etc., and using those or experiencing them in a way where you're connecting with others. You're sharing yourself and your gifts and your skills with others. So there is this element of community and connection with the Six of Wands. And you will notice that it looks like she's on some kind of stage. She's got the lights on her. And then right here, we see all these hands. Now, I don't know if you can see that, if it's showing up in the video, but there's all these hands kind of reaching up. It's almost like she's a rock star or something like that, or a comedian, and she's just done like a really good performance and everyone's cheering. Okay, what does it mean for you this week? So this week, I think, and again, I already said this with the sun, but it's going to be important for you to get out there and connect with others in the real world, not just online, but to get out in the physical world and connect with others and to share yourself and to share your talents, your abilities, your gifts. I think that sometimes there's certain goals that we have for ourselves, like just personal things we want to achieve. But then there's bigger goals that we have or bigger dreams that we have that aren't just about us, but they're about how we fit in to the bigger picture, like how we interconnect with our community or society or those around us. And that is what the Six of Wands is all about. It's not about those goals that you have that are just kind of personal goals that just involve you. This is about making a bigger impact and making greater connections and kind of finding your place in the world or finding how you fit in to everything around you. Okay. Last card is the Fool for the end of the week. And the Fool, and look, the posture is again very similar. I won't say it's the same, but her head is tilted up towards the sky, and her arms are instead of her arms being thrown up, her arms are outstretched. And she's leaning backwards, which is a symbol. She's leaning back over the edge of a cliff, which is a symbol of trust, being able to trust that you will be supported or you will be guided in the right way. So the first thing I get with the Fool is that open posture again. So again, this week is about remaining open, having an open heart, being open-minded, being open to receive new ideas, new perspectives, guidance, inspiration, energy. I feel like there's a lot of energy being blasted at us this week. And it's going to be important to be open to it. It doesn't mean you have to say yes to everything, but being open to it and deciding what you're going to say yes to is important. And trust. That's the other important thing I get with the Fool. Trusting, being able to take a few risks. So all this stuff I said about the sun, Six of Wands. None of that is possible without an element of risk. When I talk about going out into the world and sharing yourself, sharing your gifts, sharing your abilities, connecting with others, all of that involves a certain element of getting out of your comfort zone, taking a little bit of a risk, doing something that might feel a little bit edgy to you, and having the trust that even if it doesn't totally work out, it's going to get you to where you need to go. So those are the two things I get with the Fool, that openness and that sense of trust. The Fool is also about fresh beginnings and like being willing to go on a bit of an adventure and step out of your comfort zone from time to time. Move into the unknown. You may not have a plan this week, and that's okay. None of these cards say that you have to have this clear trajectory or this clear plan. None of these cards say that you should know what you're doing. That's not what it's about. It's about putting one foot in front of the other and moving, but remaining open to guidance and inspiration and being open to your intuition. Your intuition will help guide you. That will help you steer your ship to where it needs to go. So openness is the number one theme of all of these cards. And that is the kind of the most important thing this week, is being open. If you felt shut down recently, what would it take to help you feel safe enough, comfortable enough to start to open again? Being open to new ideas, new people, new energies, new inspiration. Opening your heart, opening your mind, opening up your intuition. The theme of openness cannot be understated this week. That's a big one. And then also this, like, the tilting the head up to the sky. I don't know if the girl in the Six of Wands, is she doing that? We can't really tell, but the Fool and the Sun, definitely the women in these cards are looking up towards the sky. And there is something about kind of looking up for guidance, for inspiration, for connection. It's this idea that we are part of something bigger and there's bigger energies at play. And it's about trusting in those energies and connecting to them as you move through the day-to-day. Okay, I think I've said everything I want to say. So I want to open it up to you. Oh, one more thing I want to say. This is cool. So the symbol of the circle is really prominent in all three of these cards. We have the sun, we have the wreath, and we have the Fool, which is a 0. This is the number of the Fool is 0. And then we have all these interlocking circles, making this kind of sacred geometric flower pattern at the bottom of the card. So there's the symbol of the sphere, of the circles, that is coming through in all of these cards, which is really interesting. I'm not sure yet what it means, and I feel like I could go on another little tangent with that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave that for you to do if you want to explore that, the symbol of the circle. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have your own take on these cards, or if there's anything that you want to add. Feel free to do that in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful week.